Alright, now you hear this crying. Oh god, we're on the 6th episode of this series, right? Probably. I'm sorry. Alley-oop! We have to let her suffer for a few more days. I almost missed. Oh, how shitty would that have been? Oh yeah, you. Out of my way, please. Starting off early, kicking over statues. You're right. You're right. There was some things down there, but there's not many anymore.
What now?
There we go.
Whatever.
I know what you've done.
We're finally alone. I assume we... Thank you.
Alright. Shit. Alright, now I need to figure out a way to... I need to figure this out. Alright.
On your best behavior, I trust?
Are they again? I'm...
This is a short version. I've already been through it.
A cynic philosopher might take that view, but it's not in...
Okay.
See you again.
Look, I know I need us to figure this out. I need to move forward with the election.
See you again soon.
Wait. How much money do you want? Would 1,000 be fine?
Hello there, friend.
You never believe me if I told you.
Now you're talking, I'm interested. Oh, that's a little excessive, don't you think? It's not the bow of Ulysses we're talking about. All right. But I'm going to need you to tell me before I pay up. Wait. Let's not be too hasty, friend. I just want a little assurance that I can trust you, that's all.
I gotta scam him out of money, and then go through, because that's even better than what I was planning. Because then I can just give it back to him. Yeah, I kind of like that.
I suppose you're right. All right, you drive a hard bargain, but here's your money. Now, the location of that bow. What? But I already knew that, you imbecile. I can't take that golden bow because stealing from the goddess in her... You promised to tell me where I could get one of my own.
I did, actually.
What is this? Some kind of...
You gave me what I wanted, I gave you what I promised.
I don't believe this is happening.
Yes! I do love a good loophole. This was fun, we should do it again.
Talk to me.
I'm gonna do it again!
Don't even talk to me.
Okay, well... I love it! Alright. What the hell? Glitched out there for a second. Status of the election. Let's do it quick. Can we start election now?
Yes. I have a... Very well. Citizens, it is time...
That might actually prevent the one douche to...
Hello?
I'm gonna try to get you out, buddy, because I kind of need you to get out, so...
Bye-bye.
I'll be back, buddy. Good luck. Ah, it sucks that he's in that... He doesn't do anything wrong. I mean, half the people here don't do anything wrong. It's like Decius and like 3 other people. Like nobody else. I don't like how... Oh, somebody else did that. I don't think he did it out of his own guild. Originally, I thought maybe he was changing it around on his own. There might have been actually douche nozzle here. God, Sentius, I thought you were a good person. Now I know that you're just an asshole. I mean, Malleolus is probably better suited. Yeah, but then, yeah, if he was to come to power, like, we would just be... Oh my god, what the hell? Don't mind me, I'm curious what's up here. Oh my god, what? I'm rich. I'm rich! I'm rich! Oh, that's awesome. How much money do I have now? Much? Ah, 8,000. That's nothing. We'll buy your house. I'm still just lost in the fact that at the end of this, we get brought back to the land of the living.
We have a quorate body of voters
So I could
gathered
essentially
here
bring
to
all these
elect
people back.
The city's magistrate. The candidates are Sextus Sentius Imperiosus.
I need
and late
Galerius.
nominee Gallus Galerius Helva.
I need you, buddy.
Marcus Malleolus Gurges withdrew his candidacy earlier today. As agreed, we shall dispense with ballots, and candidates will abstain from voting. Let's make this quick. As I say your name, call your vote. I'll start with you, Horatius.
Sentius, of course.
Georgius.
Galerius.
Yep.
He saved the life of my dear friend Fabia.
He doesn't do it.
Sentius.
Virgil.
The man who put a stop to the threats I've been receiving. Galerius.
1, 2.
Galerius, the man who saved
3.
my life.
Rufius.
Yes!
Man who treated my rheumatism.
Suck it, asshole!
Citizens, you have made your decision. Your new magistrate is Gallus Galerius Helva.
What?
It has been decided. Magistrate Galerius, would you like to make a brief address?
I just want to say, this isn't something I ever wanted. Now that you've put your trust in me,
Yeah.
I'll do everything I can not to let you down.
Yeah.
I need some time to put together a list of the changes.
I'm
I
gonna
want to
save
make.
all you guys.
But I promise you, there will be changes. My first order is that Dooley is to be freed. Horatius, release him from his cell immediately. Please. Wait, do I need to say please? I suppose not. That's it. You can all get on with your day. Nothing else to see here. Move along.
Nobody's dead yet. 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 Looking busy. Okay, I'm gonna go over here to Dooley. Save, I think, is a good time. Save? Come on, hurry up, hurry up. Nobody's dead yet. Malleolus probably didn't get the notification that, he needed to, usurp what's going on.
Fortune smiles on you today, Julius. Magistrate Galerius here has ordered your release.
You're going to let me out of here?
Yes.
Sorry it took so long, my friend. And it wouldn't have happened at all if it wasn't for a newcomer. So be sure to offer your thanks when you can.
I will. I will. Thank you, Galerius.
I'm glad you're happy.
I'd love to stay and chat, but I've got a lot of work ahead of me. Why don't you go to the baths? Then tell Georgius I said you could have some new clothes. Then I want you to go home and rest. I'll speak with you soon, Dooley.
Okay, I need what you promised me, because it's to save everybody.
Hello? I'm Duke.
Yep, that's me.
Thank you. You're a big helper.
Don't you just love
You
springtime?
can have my shop, and maybe you can help me. My friend Hannibal used to look after me, but before that, he told me, he gave me a key to the cisterns, and told me to keep it safe. He said there's something very precious way up high. Please help me find it. Please. I had to keep it a secret until I found someone I could trust.
I'll help you.
Thank you.
Oh my god. I can...
I hope you find.
Maybe it
Oh,
is
hold up.
treasure. I could see it from my cell. So pretty. And it's just lying out here.
Letter Sentius to... reading mode. Magistrate Sentius to Dulius. I'm writing you in relation to your incorrigible antisocial behavior arising from your obsession with the alleged lost treasure. While I'm apathetic. The lost treasure.
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Who did it? Who did it?
Everybody hide!
Who the heck did it? The Sentius is still doing his thing. Do I... Man, I think I... Ah, who did that? Somebody killed Galerius? I still have the key and everything, right? So if I have the key, and I don't think I necessarily need. Yeah, I don't think I necessarily need anything else. Okay.
Salve, friend. Mind
All right. Yep. You need that. Rufus has been threatened. Virgil. Tell him Malleolus. Stop
Alright.
Fabian. That's it. Go as fast as you can. Good luck! Alright, I'm gonna go put this last little thing on Obelisk. I think check out that ending first. And then try to get everyone out alive. Wait, do I get money every time? Or is it just the first time? I don't remember. Yeah, it's every time. Man, I really could have been getting a lot of money, couldn't I? I feel bad turning like those plants into gold, because there's always like butterflies flowing around them, using them for nectar, and I just ruined that for them. I ruined their food source. Oh, here we are. Oh, missed. I wonder if I could actually do that. Probably should have saved before doing that. Hey guys. Anything to grab from in here? It is loading. Speak his name. Hades, Lord of Many, grant me audience. Oh, fierce one, grant me audience. Holy shite, which one? Nurgle will be first, so... Wait, that's Roman. This is Greek. Ah, I see what they're doing. I'm actually impressed. Ah, well, this is Egyptian, right? Egyptian, yep. Oh my god. This is awesome, actually. Osiris. And right here, Sumerian. Okay, there we go. What in the absolute hell? No. No, no. Aliens. 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 Oh my god, aliens. Oh my god, aliens. Oh my god, aliens. Oh, what the? Hold up. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up, hold, 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 hold. Hold it right there. Australia. Hey, I wonder how upside down they are right now. I'm sorry. Persephone. Persepina. What the hell your name is in Virgo. What happens if I just want to so bad? Okay. Oh, that didn't let me. This is really cool actually. The blending of different. That's cool. Oh god, we're in space and it's aliens. This is perfect. Oh god. Who is you?
And here you are.
Oh,
Allow me
that's
to
probably Karen.
introduce myself. As you have already gathered, I've been known by many names.
Yep.
Nergal to the Sumerians, Osiris to the Egyptians, Hades to the Greeks, and Pluto to the Romans.
Yeah.
But the one constant through it all has been my title.
God
of the Underworld. And I've been watching you with curiosity, mortal, ever since your arrival. You're unlike the others, aren't you?
Yeah.
And what is more, you carry a weapon that was never intended for mortals to wield, and you do it so brazenly that there will be time for you. First, as a reward for undoing the desecration of my obelisk, I will allow you to satisfy your curiosity. Ask what you will.
What's your story?
My story is many thousands of years long. You will need to be more specific. What do you wish to know?
You're a god.
It is a matter of perspective. God is a label I was given by you mortals, not one I gave myself. Your ancestors revered me because to them, my knowledge and technology made me incomprehensibly powerful, just as you might seem so to an insect. But despite all that, there are rules even I must obey. My kin and I all adopted this form long ago, so that we might better understand and communicate with your kind. In time, we grew fond of the sensory delights it affords. Desire, joy, ecstasy, even rage and sorrow, while an acquired taste can be addictive.
Fair enough. Makes sense. There's a woman to your left.
This is my beloved. Like me, she has been known by many names. Ereshkigal to the Sumerians, Isis to the Egyptians, Persephone to the Greeks, and Proserpine to the Romans. Or perhaps you might know her as the goddess of springtime, the cycle of life and renewal. Your gaze lingers too long. That is my servant. You would have met by the river, though she wears many faces and goes by many names. Kumutubal to the Sumerians, Kirti to the Egyptians,
there we go.
Charon to the Greeks,
and
Charon to the Romans. Her role is to ferry souls between the mortal world and this one, and to make their transition as seamless as possible. For that, she earned herself the infamous, if erroneous, moniker, the Ferryman. You will talk more later. For now, ask your questions. No. Long ago I swore to Proserpine that I would remain in this form for as long as we remained among your kind. I must honor that.
Interesting.
As you wish.
Why you promised that? What is this place?
It has come to be known simply as the Underworld, and it exists because of a wager I made long ago. That is a long story, one that began over 3,000 years ago and continues to this day.
So you made the Underworld from a bet?
Long ago, my kin and I set out from our home on Elysium to search for other forms of life among the stars. We discovered your planet and witnessed your kind evolving from primates into something lawless and barbaric. You all but destroyed yourselves, your 2 short lives being extinguished by violence and ignorance and disease. Yet Proserpine saw raw potential in you. and persuaded the rest of us it would be squandered without our intervention and stewardship. So we revealed ourselves to your people in a place called Sumer. We offered guidance in agriculture, toolcraft, and law, and you called us gods. For a time you flourished, but soon you were too many for us to oversee. And as you spread from that cradle of civilization, we saw something disturbing. We had sown the seeds of dependency and confusion, and soon you returned to your old ways of violence and ignorance, this time in our name. My kin had seen enough, and gave up on your kind, condemning you as barbaric and chaotic, scarcely more than animals. We began preparations to return to Elysium, our home world, a utopia unspoilt by conflict and unimaginable in its beauty. But my Proserpina could not bear to abandon your kind without guidance, and knowing it would force the rest of us to leave her behind, she made an extraordinary sacrifice. She gave up her immortality to descend permanently to the ranks of humankind. And so she began her inescapable trajectory toward death. Horrified, I acted swiftly. I placed her in suspended animation in a deep frozen sleep to prevent age and sickness from claiming her. And then I pleaded with Proserpina's father, who the Romans called Jupiter, to bring her with us to Elysium. It was and is my hope that once there, we might one day learn to undo what she has done to herself. But he refused. I did everything I could to persuade him, but he would not relent. He would rigidly uphold his final pronouncement. Humans were unworthy of ascension to Elysium, and no exceptions would be made. But seeing that I was aggrieved, he proposed a wager, the terms of which were as follows. If even one human city could prove itself capable of living without sin for a single year, then Proserpina and all of humanity would be permitted to join us in Elysium. My part would be to remain behind, the last of my kind, to watch over you, without interfering, and to sit in silent judgment. And so my reward has been to languish here, enduring a 3,000-year winter, waiting for the day your kind proves itself worthy of her faith in you, so that I might take her with me to Elysium and unthaw my goddess of springtime. And here I am, after all this time, still waiting. There were also gods who, like me, have been known by many names, but perhaps you knew them by their Roman names. Our leader, Jupiter, as well as Neptune, Saturn, Juno, Minerva, Mars, Venus, Apollo, Diana, Vulcan, Vesta, Ceres,
Minerva's,
and of course, my beloved Proserpina.
Assassin's Creed.
As the first wave of your kind arrived from Sumer, I had them build a city in their own fashion, so that they might be comfortable and recreate their lives here. I had them build the entrance as a vertical shaft leading to baths, to cleanse them of the sins of their former lives, and to prevent escape. I watched wave after wave of Sumerians arrive, and as their civilization declined over the centuries, they were replaced by Egyptians. Of course, believing themselves to be the superior civilization, the Egyptians promptly built over what had been built before, and made all the same mistakes. After another 1,000 years, the Greeks began to arrive, and then the Romans, and they all did the same thing. They built upon the underworlds of their predecessors, renamed their gods, and ensured their foundations were forgotten. To ensure the wager was fair, it was important that my subjects were chosen at random. To this end, I had my servant distribute 1,000 tokens fashioned from silver, a rare element at the time, across all of Sumer. Whoever died while in possession of one of them would be located by my servant and ferried to this place, with no memory of how they arrived. As the tokens were discovered, they were traded, smelted, and fashioned into trinkets, and eventually coins, spreading to Egypt like seeds on the wind. Later, when they spread to Greece, they would come to be known as Charon's obol, or as coins for the ferryman. Some placed coins in the mouths of their dead, hoping they would awaken here, though they had no way of knowing which coins were fashioned from the original tokens. In fact, almost all of the tokens are accounted for, only 2 remain. And so after this wave destroys itself, as it is destined to do, your kind will have squandered the last of its potential to ascend beyond this rock.
Holy shit.
And Proserpines along with it.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
It is a regrettable story. One of the first men who came to this place was a king of Sumer and a troublemaker. To be rid of him, I returned him to his people on the condition that my servant erased his memories of this place. But the erasure did not take completely, and he told stories of this place as if describing memories of a dream. His tales were committed to writing, which came to be known as the Epic of Gilgamesh, and his words were twisted and distorted over generations. Later, the Egyptians would adapt Sumer's stories of the underworld, making them wildly intricate and labyrinthine. Their Book of the Dead and Book of Gates bore less and less resemblance to this place in their priests' pursuit of profit. Then, when the Greeks began to arrive, they proved far more cunning, and in a series of incidents that will not be repeated, 5 of them escaped. A warrior named Heracles, 2 kings named Sisyphus and Theseus, a poet named Orpheus, and a Trojan named Aeneas. They each told embellished tales of this place, how to get here, and how to escape. And so from Sumer to Egypt, Greece to Rome, your kind has always told each other stories about this place.
Holy shit.
Though each story contained only a seed of truth.
Ah, that makes sense.
Of course. That is merely the name your people have given to it, but yes, it is my doing. That is a story dating back to the very first wave. After the Sumerians finished building their city, the self-declared ruler threw a banquet to celebrate. Now this man was unmarried, and many women were vying to become his wife, a prestigious position of power and influence in a new world. Of all the women, 2 were particularly ambitious. Both were beautiful, and both arrived at the banquet wearing eye-catching dresses and painted faces, their hair woven in elaborate fashion. The first woman, recognizing that she would require an advantage to win the ruler's affection, draped herself in jewelry, ornate necklaces, bracelets, and rings fashioned from gold. Seeing this ostentatious display, the second woman grew envious, for she had no such jewelry at her disposal. She prayed aloud to any gods that would listen to cover her in gold, and when her prayer went unanswered, she took matters into her own hands. While the others indulged at the banquet, the second woman summoned the first for a discussion in a quiet place. She checked that nobody was watching, and pushed her rival from the top of the ziggurat, where she broke her neck on the rocks below. But I was watching, and I decided to answer her prayer. I took the golden bow left behind by Diana, and I shot that woman in the heart, covering her from head to toe in a layer of molten gold. And I left her to stand there, that she might serve as a grim reminder of what befalls those who sin in my domain. But that was not enough, for the entire city was tainted by her sin, and the wager could no longer be won. So I had no choice but to wipe the slate clean. I gilded them all, to make way for a new wave, and began the wager again. And to this day, each of them, and all who came after, line the halls of this city, inanimate but conscious. Suspended in time with only their sight and hearing preserved, so they may bear witness to and lament the folly of your kind for eternity as silent golden sentinels. I give your kind a second chance at life, as well as ample warning about my law.
I mean, that's true, I guess.
And when you disobey, and you always disobey,
I'm getting a little less, this guy's a bad guy, more this guy just kind of an ass.
And so you ask if I am the one destroying your lives. And I say, no, you destroy yourselves. I am merely the means by which you do it. When my kin departed, they left behind many relics which I inherited. A consolation prize of sorts. The golden bow originally belonged to one of my kin, who the Romans called Diana. As my collection of golden statues grew, I chose the most ferocious among them, and equipped them each with a duplicate of her bow, and tasked them with hunting down the Forsaken at my behest. They became known simply as Furies. I've always considered that the cornerstone of morality is the ability to determine right from wrong on one's own.
We were talking about this last episode.
No attempt to lay out rules like your Code of Hammurabi or your 12 Tables of the Roman Republic can ever cover all possible scenarios. This should come as no surprise to you, since the core principle has been expressed in many forms by many of your civilizations. The Egyptians made a rudimentary attempt with do to the doer to make him do. The Greeks refined it with avoid doing what you would blame others for doing. The Roman Stoics added, treat your inferior as you would wish your superior to treat you. Even the so-called cultists hiding among you often say, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. It is the simplest of concepts, and each one of you is born with the faculties required to apply it to any situation. Yet none of the peoples who expressed this rule were able to uphold it. Curious, is it not? Enough. You clearly know nothing.
Well, I mean, you kind of have your wife suspended forever and prevented her from doing what she wanted.
I'm able to commune with all of the statues.
Okay, I already knew that. That's...
If she was still conscious, I suppose she could, but she's not. Why do you ask? Then what an odd question.
That you didn't consider.
Do you plan to speak in sweeping generalizations, or are you going to give me an example?
Oh, I think this is gonna...
I've seen no such thing, but in any case, taking one's own life is a self-directed act. It is not one that is done to others, however they may be affected by it. Therefore, it cannot be said that one who commits suicide has done anything unto others. Applying this rule always requires us to interpret the meaning of the words. A literal interpretation helps to minimize the ambiguities of your primitive language.
You're primitive. You're speaking to me in it, so shut up.
Supposing you're right, then my law has been broken, and I should turn you all to gold immediately. Is that what you want? Now tell me, what... The merchant. How is that inconsistent with the rule I've outlined? I disagree. Having watched this merchant, that is precisely what he would expect from others, and he would be quite capable of paying the price anyway. Now tell me, what other...
Debt bondage.
You speak of the moneylender. How is that inconsistent? And he would never have signed a contract pledging his labor for 30 years. All he did was enforce the terms of a contract signed ignoring your irritating sense of moral superiority.
Yeah.
This is interesting. I'm curious. How do people escape poverty where you're from?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I see. And how long might it take such a person to repay their debt?
30 years.
I fail to see how your system of loans is significantly different to a debt bondsman signing over his labor for 30 years. Now tell me, what... The midwife and the palace, yes? How is that inconsistent with the rule? The rule is do unto others, meaning other people. Those statues are something else now. Bloodless shadows, mere shapes of their former selves. They are forsaken. What happens to them is no concern of mine. Now tell me, what... Do you honestly think you could do better?
True?
I should strike you down for that. Now, did you have any other question? Very
well, that's all the questions
good.
I had.
Then now it is time for your reckoning.
So this goes.
It seems something is wrong. It has long been within my power to see into the hearts of mortals and weigh their deeds in life. But when I peer into you, I see only a blank slate, as if you did not exist until you appeared in this city. How is this possible?
Breaking the fourth wall.
Where did you find this one?
I do not remember ferrying you. How did you come here? If that is true, then I sense the intervention of someone powerful.
How did you come to be in this time, mortal? Who brought you here?
He cannot know.
I do not know. My kin departed long ago, and Proserpina has slumbered for 3,000 years. Tread lightly, mortal.
I'll tread as light as I want.
It seems I will need to put your reckoning on hold for now. But answer this. Why have you come here? What is it you seek? Your hubris is amusing, so I will allow you to make your case. But I warn you, if you anger me or waste my time with lies or wrong-headed arguments, So, tell me, why should I put an end to the so-called Golden Rule?
Oh God. Oh God.
How so? And be specific. You have made a grave allegation, and I expect you to back it up. His cruelty does seem to grow greater by the day. True. I have with... He is a volatile and confused fellow. Pathetic. You will need...
Oh my God.
That is a It is in...
Telling fair my love was dying. Oh God. But didn't she choose
It was
to...
an act of rebellion against the others. She knew I would have to act to save her, and I did because I loved her. I love her still. Accordingly, I reject your argument. These people were all dead when my servant found them. I gave them a second chance at life. Would you prefer to have simply ceased to exist? Then you still have the option to end your life should you wish, and you are no worse off than if I had not intervened. Accordingly, I reject your argument.
Damn.
Every one of those people was guilty of failing to ensure their peers lived virtuously. They failed collectively, and so they were punished collectively. The Romans understand this, as did the Greeks before them. How unfortunate that we are not where you are from. Ah, but I'm a god, and you are a mortal. Why would you expect me to treat you as I treat my own kind? You are not a peer. You are not a respected equal. Let me ask you this. Do you treat insects as you wish to be treated? Do you care for their well-being as you would your fellow man? Do you ensure they have food and shelter and protection from predators? Do you give them rights?
Yes. Well, I don't give them... Well, I guess technically I give them shelter. Technically I give them food, but I mean... I don't really give them rights. They can't vote, but...
Of course not. Because that would be absurd. Just as it would be absurd for me to treat your kind as equals. My love for her does not mean I am not superior, now that she is mortal. Bah! For a moment I thought you might have been building to a point. But I see now you are just a hubristic little creature.
I don't like you.
He cannot know.
I see what you are doing. You are trying to undermine the one thing keeping me anchored here. You are playing a dangerous game.
Yeah, I feel like if I let him know, then it's going to prevent any of these... anything.
You have no idea. That is...
Wait.
Do you where to begin? In which time we accumulate vast wisdom and a mastery of technology you cannot begin to imagine. Because that is the source of our power over you. You could say that. My kin have no superiors. That is true. Go on. Make your point, mortal.
That kind of was the...
Let me ponder that for a moment. If you are right, then it would follow that all this time I have been in the wrong. But no, the very thought of it grieves me. How can I accept your argument when doing so would make me a tyrant and a monster?
That'll piss him off.
Your hubris grows tiresome. You will make a fine statue.
Shit!
How dare you threaten her? The many shall suffer for the sins of the one. One will suffer eternal torment in this.
No! No! Oh, it's so hard. Okay. Maybe I was like right there where I was able to... maybe it's the immoral hypocrite one. That seems like a less, where we go. Seems like less of a great way to go, but Oh, jeez.
Allow me.
I'm gonna skip everything because I don't have any questions.
I
I'm from the future.
Impossible. Not yet. Ha. That is a
Yep.
let's do my way because
Oh, shit.
that is
Shit!
how the many shall suffer for the sake.
Hey, guys! Hey, how you doing? Oh, damn it. Alright. Let's load. I gotta skip through, I gotta go through every single, I have to exhaust everything to get the information that I need for this to actually work. So it's gonna take a little bit more time than I thought. I can't just go right through it, you know? And this is based on the one woman that pushed the other woman down. Interesting.
And here allow my but this as
What is this place?
that
Everything made.
as the
Oh, whoops.
to that is and I
Well, at least I was interested with everything they told me before, but
the go
I'm not gonna go through it again.
I've
Fast forward.
if she was still
No reason.
duplicate the applying this rule. Now, you and now the I take now
Making sure that it's all.
I should go.
I'm from the future. I came here on my own. Give it a better explanation. Like to put an end.
How
Right.
true. He is
I know. I had to go through, going through everything. Now
That
let's
is
see if
a-
this works. All right. If position was reversed, you wouldn't want to punish.
let me do you where to because Mike.
There we go.
Make your
Yeah. I feel like this is gonna piss him off, anyways.
for a moment I
Oh my god.
that is then it was a
Wait.
let my it would be because Mike
There's gotta be another third option that pops up eventually.
Let me ponder that. If you're right, then it... How come...
Oh, I forgot. Oh my god, I didn't... Okay, it's this one. I did this one the first time. Kinda messed up.
Wait. What? What are you saying?
All humans have the tendency towards sin.
You have spoken eloquently. And yet, if what you say is true, it follows that my wager was fatally flawed from the beginning. But that would mean Jupiter, Proserpina's father, who knew more about you than anyone, proposed a wager I could never win. Why would he do that?
Perhaps he wanted you to abandon the wagers. Shit. A
mistake? But he is the best and great.
Monster on
Your words sting me, mortal. But perhaps
there we go.
What I deserve. As
come on, this is like surgery.
I have suspected as much for a long time now, and I cannot deny it any longer. I've been so fixated on taking my beloved to Elysium that every time one of you sinned, it wore away my hope of being with her again. In time, I began to despise your kind for making her believe that you could ever be better than you are.
Why don't you just talk to them and say, can you not sin for a year so I can go home and you guys can go home?
Everything
I feel like people could,
done,
if they knew it was real and you show your power.
Who knew this empathy of yours, which you celebrate so much, could have such a dark underside? This has gone on too long. It is time for me to let go of this form, of her, of all of you. But know this, if I abandon the wager and leave for Elysium, neither she nor your kind may ever ascend. Because doing so would violate the rules of my sacred agreement with Jupiter, and you would receive a hostile reception. The best I can do is return you to the land of the living. I will have Charon make arrangements to ferry the others. But as for you, be aware you will be separated from the rest. Once this exodus begins, the events that brought you to this moment will never have taken place, and you will have created a paradox. What will become of you is difficult to predict, but that is the risk you have taken by interfering in the natural flow of time. Now, are you ready?
I'm ready. This is another ending. I just want to send to Elysium. My God. We are not done yet. Just not the ending that I thought would... What in the hell? I'm at the temple, but it's no longer connected.
Oh. Hi there. Gave me a bit of a fright. Thought I was in here alone. I'm Al.
I came in here to find you.
Here I am. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
We're going through this again.
Know who you are. I barely remember how I got here myself. Oh, did that lady in the forest send you in here after me? I guess I lost track of time, learning about the history of this place, and it is extraordinary. I'm fairly certain you and I are the first people to set foot in this city for about 2,000 years.
Well, that's not
Fortunately
entirely
for
wrong.
us, the last person in here was a Roman man named Galerius, who inscribed an account into a tablet. Apparently, there was a community of 20-something people trapped in here, and living in fear of a curse they called the Golden Rule. They believed that if even one person sinned, an unknown god would cast them all into gold, like the 1,000 people who'd lived here before.
Not really
them.
unknown, but
Then, one day, just as Galerius had finished praying for a good harvest at the shrine of Proserpina, an oracle appeared and told him how to solve the ills of the city, like saving the life of a dying woman, foiling an assassination attempt, and so on. Meanwhile, the oracle walked up to the temple of the mysterious god, this one right here, and demanded an audience. And the doors just opened up to him. Nobody knows what went on in there, but Galerius wrote the oracle must have been more persuasive than Odysseus, because the next thing he knew, the ground shook, and the voice of that god rang out over the city. The many have suffered long enough. Unfortunately, Galerius' account just sort of stops after that, leaving a lot of questions unanswered. What became of him, and the other people who lived here? What happened to all the golden statues? And did this mysterious oracle single-handedly undo the curse that had terrorized people for hundreds of years?
Actually, that was me.
What? Oh, I see. For a moment there, I thought you were serious.
I kind of am.
I think I found a way out through the aqueduct that brought water into the city. Follow me.
It's gonna be weird, because Garon's not gonna be there. I know Karen will be here.
I'm gonna pause here.
Alright.
Go on.
Thought maybe there'd be something different this time through. Is she gonna be here still? I mean, we have to get out of here somehow. Yeah, she is here.
You're back! But you're alone.
How does she not know?
Does that mean you didn't find Al? Oh, what a relief. Thank you so much. I was beginning to think you'd both become trapped in there.
No, not
Why don't you tell me what you
really.
discovered while we wait?
A lot, actually.
Ah, I see. I thought you might. Well, now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
You have questions.
Or are you
can
really?
just that most
Yeah, I already got this through. What
that
truth
is
is
not-
that? Is there something new here? Well, I already know how I died, so.
You can just call that.
Wait, how did I die? Yeah.
It means I am now bereft of purpose. There is nobody else to ferry here. Nobody to keep you company. After 5,000 years, the underworld has finally run its course. Perhaps you have heard the tales of the Greeks and Romans. Well,
Yeah, okay, I remember you on this.
It means there is.
What did that? Oh, okay, I guess I just went two different.
I see no point in keeping you here. But I have to ask one thing. That you keep this to yourself.
Look! Here comes Al now. Al! It's so good to see you. You were gone so long I thought I'd never see you again.
Kinda lost track of time in there. You wouldn't believe what we found. The ruins of a long-forgotten city. And there was a tablet describing an oracle who confronted a...
Sounds like quite a story. And I look forward to hearing all about it. But you two look exhausted. Why don't you hop in my boat and rest while I ferry you back to civilization?
Sounds good to me.
And you? Are you ready to go home?
Oh, alright. One year later. Whoa, hold up. Hold up. Hold the phone. This is new. This is new, this is new, this is new, this is new. Where am I at? Ancient Greece, Ancient Egypt, Sumer. Reception hall. Al? Maybe. Al, buddy. Right?
Hey, you made it. It's great to see you again. I read your book, and what the critics said about it. I guess they weren't ready for your theories about the underworld. Anyway, after everything you've been through, I thought you might appreciate some good news. So after we got back to the real world, I started doing some research into the people mentioned in Galerius' tablet, and I found something strange. I'm sorry I've been so cryptic. I've been dying to tell you. I just really wanted you to see this for yourself. Why don't you head on down there? I'll catch up with you at the other end.
I'm interested on what you're going to... Galerius?
Oh, hello.
Look, there he is.
You're finally here. Remember me? It's a crazy story. After you disappeared, Karen appeared and told us she was returning us to the world. Even gave us some coins to help us start our lives over. Only, for some reason, she returned us to your world instead of ours. Anyway, I know we only ever had that one conversation, and I wasn't even sure if you'd remember me, but I wanted to say thanks for freeing us from the underworld and giving us a second chance.
Wait, is this the good ending? Everybody... That's good! Oh! Yeah! Oh, that's nice! Oh, that's good!
I can't believe my luck either. But we're engaged and living together. We're planning to get married next spring. If you're going to be around, we'd love to see you there.
I mean, yeah. I'd go to your wedding. I mean, we lived through all that bullshit. What are...
Oh, I used Karen's gift to buy a farm in Umbria. Got a villa on it too. With enough room for Dooley, of course. It's hard work, but I sleep soundly every night. I'm finally my own man, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
That's definitely gotta be a shock to be put into the future like that, but good to see Galerius.
There's a whole museum full of people waiting for a chance to thank you, so you better keep moving. We'll speak again soon, my friend.
So Karen messed up.
You're here. It's lovely to finally meet you. Galerius told me all about you.
Oh yeah, I forgot to...
So, you're the hero who somehow vanquished the last of the Roman gods. As I'm a priestess, you realize you've put me out of work. I'm just teasing. Actually, and it still feels a little sacrilegious to say this, I'm finding life after religion quite enjoyable.
How's Livia? Yeah.
It's sweet of you to ask. She recovered nicely. In fact, she's here somewhere, if you'd like to ask her yourself.
I'll do that.
Galerius and I are engaged and expecting.
Expecting?
We've just bought a lovely villa in the countryside, with room for a large family, and Dooley too, of course. It feels like the world has just opened up for us.
Well, I mean, it would be a shotgun wedding, but I'm pretty sure your entire family is dead, and it's been like a couple thousand years since they've been alive.
We're just so thankful for what you did for us, for all of us.
There's gonna be a realization that's hard for them to be like, ah, yeah, my family's gone for good. Like, I can read about them in books. Dooley kind of looks like... I've seen this person before.
Hello. I'm Dooley. Galerius said you're very nice and a big helper. Thank you for getting us out of the bad place. I didn't like it.
Good. What are you doing these days?
I live at Galerius and
Come on.
Aquatia's house.
Yeah, Aquatia. Good job. You've never been able to say before.
Help me remember when I forget things, like brushing my teeth.
Well, your teeth look fine.
Bye-bye.
What the hell? A relief depicting a great circular portrait of Proserpina. Oh my god, it's a cycle of life. Her story was a grim one. Then she was Dr. Pooh. She wasn't really forced into, but... Is he a Marine? Is he a Marine? Is he a Marine? Well, I'm gonna save that one for last.
You're the Oracle, right?
That'd be I.
Oh, of course, sorry. And I never got a chance to thank you for telling Galerius how to save my life. And of course, getting me and all of us out of a terrible situation.
Jeez.
Last I heard, Malleolus kept insisting he was the last rightful ruler of the Roman Empire, and wound up being committed to a psychiatric hospital.
Fair
As
enough.
for Claudia, she was always so viciously unhappy. Someone said she'd blown all her money on wine, trying to drink herself back to the underworld. After the horrific way they treated Ulpius and me, I can't help feeling a sense of... what's that German word?
Oh, she's from Germany.
Schadenfreude?
She's in Germany now. All right.
Thank you. You're very kind. Oh, I barely recognize myself. I'm living in a house share in London with my
she's in London.
wonderful girlfriend. And I'm studying English at university. Eventually, I want to travel the world and write about it. Turns out, it's about 30 times bigger than the Roman Empire ever was.
Yeah.
Did you know there are entire continents Rome never knew existed? And you can travel almost anywhere in an aircraft, which is rather like flying on a Pegasus, but much more comfortable.
I would say
You
Pegasus
already
might
know
be
all
a
that,
little
of
bit more
course.
comfortable.
I'm just so excited. There's so much to see and learn and write about.
Especially if you're flying Frontier. Screw you, Frontier.
I have noticed people from your time have no idea how fortunate they are. I hope to change that. One day. Ugh. Someone told me she was boasting about getting her claws into some rich prince, and how she was going to be living the high life from now on. Even in your time, life still isn't fair. Apparently, he'd proposed before they'd even met. And last I heard, she'd bought herself a first-class one-way ticket to join him in some
Oh, she was
exotic place
scammed.
called...
She was
what
scammed.
Was it? Nigeria?
She was scammed.
Some people have all
she
the
was,
luck.
She was scammed.
Really? Huh. I feel better already.
Oh,
Thank
she's a
you.
bitch. She deserves it.
You too. If you're ever in London, let me know. We can go to bars and drink wine and listen to the stories of the 9 million people who live there. I hope so.
This is a lot more, like, I don't know how to explain this. This is a lot more amazing than I thought it would be.
Hello.
You are here.
Who said
it's
hello?
Nice to finally meet you. Lucy is fine. I'm making an effort to blend in, as you
Fair
can
enough.
see. We are all trying to keep a low profile. If the world knew we died 2,000 years ago and were suddenly brought back to life 12 months ago, they'd
Yeah.
never leave us alone.
Probably not.
Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you in person. I'd say the gods smile on you, but I hear you drove the last of them off.
Yeah, that was me.
So-
That bit me. Whoopsies.
I'm studying to get into medical school.
Hey.
As much as I resented the responsibility of keeping everyone in the city alive, when it ended, I realized I missed it. So I guess I'll just keep
It's a
saving
lot,
them up, if begrudgingly, one patient at a time.
It's a little harder than back then. There's a lot more. I'm sure.
You
it'll be
too.
fine.
Don't be a stranger.
This is crazy. I'm saving you for last because it looks like you're a freaking Marine. Sentia, you're always a twat waffle.
I take it you're the Oracle. Thanks for coming. Actually, I changed my name to Cynthia. I didn't want to be associated with Sentius. After
Your
I'm
sister
not
told
sure if
everybody.
you heard, but after
No, I knew.
you drove Pluto off, Proserpina emerged from the Great Temple. She knew right away what none of us had figured out about that psychopath. He'd been keeping my little sister locked up in the upper cistern all that time.
Proserpina's here,
He's
then.
been dealt with. He's... you know what? The important thing is we'll never see him again.
What happened to
He's
Sentius?
still there, all alone. The last golden statue in the underworld. Trapped in a metal shell, slowly losing his mind and
I mean, he kind of deserved it.
Kind of deserved torment. Just what he deserves, if you ask me.
Yeah, good. Yeah, I'm more along the lines of it. That's fine.
I'm a woman of means in a vast new world. I can go wherever and do
You go, girl.
whatever I please.
You
Of
go,
course,
girl.
I mostly just stay in my villa and have my servant Alexa summon things for me, because it's just awful out there. Barbarians
Alexa.
everywhere.
I didn't process that. I thought, oh my god, you have a servant that, oh, that makes sense.
You too. See you around.
That's funny. I really want to save you for last. I don't know if I get too far up if it's gonna, whatever.
Hi there, I'm Horatius.
I know. Hi, Horatius.
I understand we have you to thank for giving us a second chance at life. And reuniting Centilla with us as well. So, thank you. I'm living up north and studying in the military academy in Modena. I'm going to be an officer one day. The world's changed a lot. But some things stay the same. Would you believe we're still studying military tactics from my time? Alexander the Great, Caesar, Hannibal Barca.
Hannibal Barca,
Still,
yeah.
I have to keep challenging myself to let go of old ways of thinking and embrace the new. As Seneca wrote, the ones who pioneered our paths aren't our masters, but our guides.
I mean, every one of these people would do amazing in political science. Amazing, because half this shit we learn is from people of their time. I'm sorry.
Ah, you remembered that. Thank you. I grieved for a time, but that's done. In the words of Epictetus, as those who rode behind triumphant generals remind them they are mortal, remind yourself your precious one isn't one of your possessions, but something given for now, not forever. Thanks. He's not my... Oh, I see what you did there. Good one.
Ah, humor, you got it now.
Trouble adapting than most. He got himself disqualified from the UFC. So he started some kind of underground blood sport tournament, like we had in Rome.
He got disqualified? How?
People's baser instincts. And they say he made some good coin, killing a bunch of men like that. But his luck finally ran out, and his life along with it. You know what they say. Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Fair enough.
You're not wrong. And you. Farewell.
Crazy. Ah, the old man. Oh my god, Decius, you dickweed, you ruined, I don't like Decius, but... I'm a philosopher. Now I can get to know his name.
I take it you're the oracle everybody's talking about. It's a pleasure to finally meet you. We have... I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Philip.
In any case, I'm Philip. I never thought I'd leave that cave, let alone the city. And now I'm living in the 21st century. What a time to be alive. And
That's crazy.
Seems I have your catabasis to thank for it. I'm working as a consultant to the Faculty of Classics at Cambridge University, helping fill the odd gap in their knowledge. Not that I need the money, but I do love being around enlightened minds again.
Oh yeah, you're probably losing
My
your freaking
sincere
shite
thanks
with
once
that.
again.
Some of those people know things you've never known, and obviously you know things that none of us will ever know.
Hello.
Magnificent museum, is it not?
Georgius.
Greetings. You must be the legendary oracle. It is a sincere privilege to finally make your acquaintance. I am Georgius. I am told we have you to thank for freeing us from Hades, and for that I am most grateful. I am reacquainting myself with Greece.
Hey.
It has changed so much over the last 2,000 years, I barely recognize it. This is at once heartbreaking and thrilling. Perhaps one day, once I have seen all of this new Greece and sampled her delights, I will settle down in Santorini in a villa overlooking the Azure Aegean Sea. I hope you will join me there and regale me with the story of how you faced off against the fearsome god of the underworld and won.
Yeah, consider me there, I guess.
You too, my friend.
This is crazy. This is, like, rewarding in a way.
The one we've been waiting for.
This is rewarding.
Fabia.
I know you.
I wanted to say thanks
I got
for sending
the beginning of this
Galerius to
freaking
save
series.
my life.
I lose my mind because he kept dying.
I would have been crushed by that shrine for sure.
I watched you die so many times.
I'm just so happy to be here.
Before I figured that
with
out.
You and everyone.
To be honest.
Together again. Even if it's just for one more night. Well, it's not like I have to work with all the silver Charon gave me, so I just do what makes me happy.
Oh, shit.
Mostly that means baking for my friends and looking at
Why didn't she make me rich?
Yoga pants.
Yeah,
What a time to be
made everybody else
alive.
rich, but didn't give me and Al anything.
Thank you. I really am. You
Yeah, this
too.
is crazy. Octavia.
Good evening.
Octavia.
Some soiree, innit?
Please keep off the furniture. You're an ass. This is crazy. I can't go too far. I need to go back. But I already know who you are, Kabash.
Hi.
Hello there.
You must be
Oh,
Scintilla.
I go by Gabriella now. I didn't want to be reminded of that monster every time I
Fair
heard my
enough.
own name.
Sister and you both.
You didn't hear. My adoptive after you.
Yep. I'll be back because I got nervous with the whole Ulpius, Rufius, Virgil. Oh wait, are they together now? No way. No way.
Good
All right,
evening.
Octavia. This one's gonna be interesting.
Oh, hello. It's lovely to meet you. I've heard so much about you.
Nice to meet you
I'm
too.
thankful that you're here. I was sure the person who drove off the last pagan god would have more important things to do than visit the likes of us. But thank you for coming and for saving our lives. What you did was extraordinary, and I'll never forget it. I'm living in Rome again, in a charming little flat by the Tiber, not far from my old place. Oh, and I'm training to be a crisis counselor. After you sent Galerius to persuade Ulpius not to take his own life, I was inspired. I just want to spend the rest of my life helping people, like you helped him.
That is actually awesome.
Thank you. That means
I
a lot.
approve of this. Yeah,
And
Octavia, it
you.
was good seeing you.
Oh, and I hope this isn't too forward, but some of us are going out for drink.
Yeah, sure. Octavia is not insane
Greetings.
anymore. Still as old as ever, though.
Thank you for your kind words and for liberating us all.
You're
In
really
all the
loud
time
somehow.
I was in the underworld, I never once imagined that I might end up in a place so much like Elysium. Ah, you remember that. I'm a little tired of Ovid, but
Yep.
that's all right. I have 2,000 years worth of poetry to catch up on now.
I guess that is
I'm
true.
already up to the 19th century.
Holy
and am
shit,
Quite
no way.
enjoying the work of a fellow named
There's
Herb.
no way in a
I
year
think I may have found
someone
a
has
kindred
read
spirit.
every... No.
Men have called
No.
me mad.
No, I don't
But
accept.
the question is not yet settled whether madness is or is not the loftiest intelligence.
There's no way. There's no way. There's so many. There's so many poets from when they would have died. Oh, it's insane to think.
I'm recovering. Octavia was kind enough to let me stay with her for a while. At least until I'm well enough to be independent again.
Well, I mean, that's fair. You were much older going into this than anybody else, and
And
it'll be a lot
you.
harder for you to
Farewell,
adjust to
friend.
being in the future. Ah, Decius, even though I don't
Some
like
soiree,
you... and-
innit? Oh, hello at last. You must be the oracle I've heard so much about.
I scammed you out of a
I'm
lot of money.
Decius. Listen, whatever you did in that temple made me a very wealthy man. Thank you. Such acerbic wit. I love it. I took the money I made from selling my trinkets and started investing in the stock market. That's where the real money is now.
Fair
in
enough.
Fact, I was hoping to ask your advice. You being the oracle and future seer and all that. Which stocks I should invest in next? I can't decide between fossil fuels, tobacco, gambling and arms. What would you recommend? Oh, don't be like that. You can tell your old pal Dacius. I won't take no for an answer.
DVD rentals have a bright future. Broadcast television is going to be the next big thing. Print media is going to make a huge comeback. Bring back Blockbuster!
Oh, of course, yeah. I was just thinking the same thing. I'll go home and buy up as much stock as I can tonight. I'm going to make a bloody fortune. Of course,
going now.
Let me keep you.
Oh my god. You should have not trusted me with that one. Alright, Kabosh. You tried to kill me, so... I don't think you'll remember that one, though.
It is an honor to finally meet you, Oracle.
You tried to kill me.
You
Decius
know
did
my
too.
name? Oh, of course. You are an oracle. You know many things. I too would like to offer my thanks for releasing us from that place, and for your role in bringing us here. This world is truly wondrous. For a time, I returned to Alexandria, but they have no need of another fisherman, and I came to see there is nothing for me there. Instead, I have decided to follow the custom of your youths and backpack the world.
Interesting.
It is a great adventure, and I have met many people from many cultures. I spent the first 25 years of my life avoiding the 42 sins that would deny me access to the afterlife. Now, I think it is time I have
not too much fun. Not too much fun, but yeah.
Indeed. Thank you, Oracle.
This is crazy. Statue of Anubis, an ancient statue of Anubis, the ancient Egyptian god of mummification and embalming, among other things. You never weighed my heart. Where did that come? Like, that's weird.
Nice to meet you. I go by Rufus now.
Rufus.
New start, new name. Oh, and thanks, by the way, for what you did. Sorry, I'm no good with the mushy stuff. Huh. Good to know. Anyway, it was good practice for the new world. Security cameras and smartphones everywhere.
I guess that's kind of true. That made that a little bit. Yeah. What are you doing with yourself these days?
I live with Virgil in Rotterdam, not far from where he grew up. It's very modern. Destroyed in the war, and it rebuilt itself.
Yeah, World War II. Just absolutely demolished in World War II.
Haven't decided what I'm going to do with my life yet.
Clearly, he's learned about World War II and the recent
One
history.
adjustment at a time. You too. Look us up next time you're in the Netherlands. We're grateful.
It's so nice to finally meet you. I've heard so much about you. I wanted to thank you personally for getting us out of there. And for helping Rufus come to terms with himself. He may come off a little gruff, but once you get past
it's a weird couple,
he's
but...
a lovely fellow. I'm studying to be an architect again, and living with Rufus in our beautiful flat in Rotterdam.
Hi.
Just down the river from Nijmegen, where I grew up. Of course, it's improved immensely since I was there last.
Of course.
Gleaming futuristic buildings and clean streets.
It's actually a really beautiful
full of
place.
Educated, accepting people.
It is.
You natives of the 21st century have no idea how fortunate you are.
Maybe true.
You too, as Rufus said in his own laconic way. If you're ever in the Netherlands, we'd love to show you around. It's the least we could do.
Might take him up on that. Yeah. Yo, I don't like how you're staring at me.
Evening. Hello again.
Did they give you the same freaking like stuff the statues
I'm
had?
living with Ulpius on a little vineyard in Umbria. It's
Well, like you guys
even
wanted.
more wonderful than I dreamed it would be. I'm so grateful to you for making sure he's still with us. If you're ever passing through the region, I hope you'll come and visit us.
I have a lot of friends that are
Some
rich.
of our very own wine.
Woo! I just might do that. I like wine, actually.
Thanks.
I don't drink,
You
but
too.
wine is one of the very few things I still will occasionally drink.
It's nice to finally put a face to the name. I'm Ulpius. I understand I have you to thank for sending Galerius to save my life. The way you just showed up out of the blue and stopped me from making a terrible mistake, I'll be forever in your debt.
What are you doing?
I'm living with Gabriella in Umbria. We finally bought the little vineyard we always dreamed of.
Look at the eyes. They actually gave emotion on that.
Before we know what we're doing.
But he does look a little
Every day
psychotic.
I look at her and this extraordinary new world with all its beauty, and I think, what if I'd given up hope?
That is very true.
And missed out on all
Don't
of
give
this.
up hope, guys.
So we're living each day to the fullest.
That's why I do what I do.
And we end them all the same way. Sitting together on our terrace with a glass of our wine, which the locals say is almost drinkable now, and watching the sunset over the rolling hillside. And I couldn't be happier. Thank you.
It is true. Wine from back then would have been so much more potent and terrible tasting. Not gonna lie. Compared to what we have now, it would have been unrefined. There would have been things getting in that shouldn't be getting in. The fermentation process was not as good as we have it now, so it would have been terrible. I didn't miss anybody. This is insane. I almost feel terrible to end this, but we still have 2 other endings, don't we? But if this is the good ending, this is number 4, then... Oh man, this might be it.
There you are. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, there's one more person I wanted to introduce you to. I think you know her.
Persephone. How are you still whispering?
Sorry if I frightened you. Just a little joke I've been saving for a long, long time. Allow me to introduce myself properly. I am Persephone, former goddess of the cycle of life and renewal, and now a regular mortal. I wanted to meet you in person, and thank you for freeing all these people, and me. I hate to think what would have happened to us without your intervention. Oh, she inherited dominion over the underworld. Last time we spoke, she was working on a new world of some kind. She wouldn't say what it was, but I'd be surprised if you don't run into her again. I imagine we all will, one day.
I mean, that's interesting.
I don't know what happened to him. I haven't heard from him, and I rather hope it stays that way.
That's true. I mean...
I did. I may have given up my immortality, but I still retain my gifts as the goddess of the cycle of life and renewal. After witnessing Pluto punish...
So you still have those powers?
...souls over thousands of years, I knew this generation, the final wave, would not survive. So I tried to give them a way to buy more time. A second chance. Rather, as many second chances as they needed to avoid his wrath. Indeed. Suffice it to say that while Pluto was controlling the eyes and ears of each golden statue, I was able to control their tongues and whisper to you when he was distracted. I am sorry my messages were so cryptic. There were only ever brief windows in which I could speak to you without being detected.
I mean, that's true, I guess.
And you, although it feels like I've known you forever. Oh, and one last thing. Do you remember all those golden statues scattered throughout the city?
Oh, that's all the people talking, of course. They're all alive again.
Because they remember you. Well done, my friend. Of all the heroes who ever journeyed to the underworld and returned...
What about the one that Nevea was cut? Like, what about the ones that were all like cut in pieces?
Orpheus, Theseus, and Aeneas would be proud.
The canon ending. I just got an achievement. That's number 4. I mean, that's just... Modern storyteller. That's a good one. That's a good game. That was well put together and a lot of fun, to be honest. A lot of fun. I'm gonna let this kind of slide through. Let this all happen, you know? Let's just continue on a little bit with this. As long as I can. I hope that I can put in the credits here. Let them have their credits. They deserve it. I had a lot of fun. It was very historically put together. It was a lot of fun. It's crazy. I don't know how. This game is one of those games that really makes you like forcefully think to the point where you get a migraine, and I have chronic migraine, so it's never gonna go away at this point. That really good. That was really good. All these voice actors did amazing. And plus, I kind of want to see if there's like something at the end, like an end credit scene, like Marvel. I don't expect it, but kind of cool, you know. Be kind of cool. Philosophy. I haven't really been paying attention to see if I recognize any of these voice actors or actors. So I don't. Sentius was a dick, but I'm sure Roger is not. Looks like that's the end. Published by Dear Villagers. President. This is going on for a while. Going on. It is go. God. I'm only doing this because I feel like they deserve it. Because I enjoyed it. So. I just feel like they deserve it. I feel like they all deserve a little bit of a shout out here. Even though it really doesn't matter. Small channel. But maybe one day. One day. One day. Quality assurance testers. That would have been. It would have been amazing to be able to be on a QA, and be able to make like a video for it like this. I'm upset that they didn't have the ability to see what Karen would make for herself. Now, I know that's not like there wouldn't be an ability to make a whole game for it unless like Karen would be perceived to go insane. But yeah, unfortunate. You never really think of how many people it really takes to port it into consoles. I didn't know he was on consoles, but you never realize how many people it takes for a game. Just one game. I mean, it was a pretty large game. It took 6 whole episodes of an hour long each, so yeah. Special thanks to Epic Games, Revolution, Film Victoria. Tom Holland? Why Tom Holland? Why Tom Holland? What did Tom Holland do? What did he do? I have to look that up. What did Tom Holland do? That game was insane. And I hope you guys enjoy to play it too. There's things that I did not complete. There's things that I did not do. So in that regard, you still have a chance to do it all yourself. And I think that's why I'm probably not going to play it or make another video. I'm going to leave some parts to be up to you guys. Peace.